Another morning of 7 a.m. workouts.
You're just gonna fire shit out at us?
Is it just gonna be a surprise the entire time? I kind of like the anticipation, but I also feel the stress.
This part is easy, the next part you might need a puke bucket. Do 10 of those. Janelle's face. Oh my god, if I could bottle that. This is supposed to be easy. Hi, Peter.
Hello. Oh, hey.
So we're doing 300 jumping jacks today.
Legit snowing a day ago, and now it's nice outside. I might sit outside to read today.
Alright, what is going on, world? Today is Wednesday, May 13th. It's currently 8:31 in the morning, and today is the first day of carnivore experiments. And this is my last cup of coffee for the next 100 days. So cheers, world. So yeah, as I was saying there, today is the first day of carnivore experiments. If you guys saw my last vlog, I took you through my day on Monday, and I ate like a couple bagels. I had, a bunch of potatoes, a whole sirloin roast, and that was the last thing I ate. So I fasted all over Tuesday. I didn't eat at all yesterday. So right now I'm sitting at about 35 and a half hours to almost 36 hours fasted. Almost a full day and a half. Now I still have a few things to do before I whip up my first meal. Fasting for me this long isn't really hard. I've been fasting for like the last over 8 years now, and I've done many 40-hour fasts. So typically when I try to, start a new diet or I'm experimenting with something new, I try to clear out my body, clear things out. So I don't think I'm gonna make my first meal until about noon, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm going to try to wrap up the Carnivore Diet book by Sean Baker today. This book is absolutely amazing. I made an Instagram and a blog post about this the other day, saying that if you guys are debating the carnivore diet, if you have any questions in regards to vitamins and minerals like vitamin C, are you gonna get scurvy from this diet? Are you gonna have enough fiber to poop? Anything like that, I really suggest picking up this book. In my videos here, I'm not going to dive too deep into all the science, because if you guys have been seeing my last batch of videos over the last month or two, I believe a lot of nutritional science is very weak, and it is our responsibility as this generation to challenge the fundamentals of our current scientific system, our current scientific method. We need to introduce new ways to bring more efficacy to many of these weak studies, or else we're just pumping millions and millions of dollars into redoing and doing the same type of testing. And this is why I think we need human experiments in the world. But we're not going to dive into that and my whole crazy theory and concept about human experiments. But I'm going to take you through my life as a human experiment over the next 100 days. And just in this video, you know, what kind of factors are affecting me in my life. So if you saw earlier today, I've implemented skipping every day. So I'm on day 4 of doing at least 500 skips per day. My goal is to get that up to about 1,000 by next week. I'm going to try to ease into the carnivore diet and then, you know, build myself up to 1,000 skips. If you saw there, we did 300 jumping jacks this morning. So every morning, every weekday morning at 7 a.m., we do a workout on Zoom with the clique, our team here that we got. So there's a couple guys here who live in the house, as well as Matt McKeever, and then we got people all over the city, and we meet up online and we do a little bit of workout. Monday I lead yoga. Yesterday we had Adam Martin lead a pretty intense workout that had a whole bunch of planks and push-ups and sit-ups and doing high knees and stuff. And today was an easier day because it was only one exercise, but doing 300 jumping jacks after 500 skips when I'm new to all this, you know, I'm feeling it a little bit. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to take you guys through my full day today, show you guys what I'm eating, what I like, how I feel after this first day of not getting any kind of vegetables or carbohydrates in my body. I have an idea of what I want to eat. If you guys saw there, I pulled out a couple steaks this morning, so I think that'll be either midday or later on today food. I think I'm gonna break my fast with a bunch of eggs and a bunch of bacon, but let's just see where the day goes. I gotta take you guys through a lot today. Yesterday, if you saw my Instagram, one of Matt McKeever's videos, I run his YouTube channel. I'm his VP of media, and one of his videos is really popping off. So we're gonna manipulate some videos that we had scheduled for later on in this week so we can try to capitalize on the kind of attention and virality that's coming from this, and really take advantage of the fact that we just got like 8,000 people who are not subscribed to Matt funneled onto Matt's channel. So I got to do some work this morning. Again, I want to try to finish up reading this book. I believe I have about 30 more pages, and then I want to get into Paul Saladino's The Carnivore Code. Because while I'm doing this diet, I also want to be informing myself as well as I can. Again, I'm not going to dive and share too much of the information here because they've already done it. You guys just got to pick up these books. My goal is not to defend or justify why I'm doing this. I'm a human experiment. My goal here is to experiment with the carnivore diet for 100 days. Then I'm going to take about 3 weeks off. Then I'm going to do 100 days of vegan experiments. So I'm going to enjoy my last cup of coffee here while I read some of this book and take you guys through my day today. So thank you guys so much for following along my journey. Let's get into today. Cheers, world.
Hold up. I am the Hungarian experiment.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Awesome. Well, we got everyone here. Let's begin the media meeting.
All right, we had a quick little team meeting there on Zoom. Now I'm getting a little hungry, so it's almost time to eat. It's 11:30, so I'm getting close to that 40-hour mark, maybe 38 hours. I gotta check my math here. Yeah, I'm right around 38 hours fasted, so I don't think I'm gonna push to 40 hours today. I wanna eat, I wanna have some bacon and some eggs, prep up my steaks for today, just because I wanna know how I'm gonna feel throughout today with not having any kind of carbs or anything. But right now, I'm actually gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna shoot some photos pre-carnivore diet to see how things are going. And then I'm gonna try to do updates weekly for you guys, just do a quick little photo so that way at the end we can see if there's any kind of body transformation that comes from this diet. And again, I'm gonna do this for the vegan diet as well too. So let's go downstairs and take some photos. All right guys, 12:54, about to break my 39 or so hour fast. We got 7 eggs with only some pink Himalayan salt. We got, I believe, anywhere from 6 to 8 strips of bacon. I wasn't counting. I think it's more on the 6 side, chopped up into thirds. And this is, I got a big pork shoulder boneless roast, and I chopped it all up into cubes and made a couple roasts from it, but I sliced off some and I wanted to see how that kind of tasted if I would just fry it up in a pan. So guys, here's my first meal on the carnivore diet. Maybe a thumbnail? But in actually 5 minutes, they have a social meeting going on meatrxofficial.com. So I joined this community a day or 2 ago. I've been checking out some of the message board and some of the meetings that they have. And they actually have a lot of Zoom call meetings. So I want to interject myself into a little community there. So if any of you guys are watching, what's up? I'll be popping in a sec here, but I'm gonna munch this down, share a little bit on Instagram, and then take you guys through the rest of my day, let you know like how satiated do I feel after this meal. Now I do understand that I am 39 hours fasted, so I like to eat big after a big long fast, but I'll just keep you guys updated, let you guys know how I'm feeling over today as well as the rest of these 100 days. So I'm excited for my first meal on the carnivore experiment. And these are my signature creamy scrambled eggs. I honestly don't use anything besides salt, but I just make sure I'm stirring it a lot. I try not to let it rest in the pan at all. I'll even regularly pick up the pan so that way it's not like hot to the element, and it just makes these nice, I don't like the rubbery taste with eggs, but when I do it like this, it takes a lot longer to cook the eggs, but so good. I think I'm gonna enjoy this diet, guys. Let's see how this turned out. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. All right, it is now 1:09. I finished that whole plate of food. And honestly, while I was eating it, I was like, man, I'm gonna need more. This is not like satiating me. This is not filling me. But now that I've finished, I actually feel quite content. Like I'm not stuffed. I don't feel bloated and heavy. I'm gonna keep giving you guys updates. But normally after I break my fast with a nice plate of food, I'll probably get some potatoes on there and some veggies. I'm like, oh, after. So I ate a lot of calories right now. I'm gonna throw it in a quick little measurer just to kind of get an estimate of how many calories I ate and the fat and protein. I don't plan on documenting all that throughout these 100 days. According to Sean Baker in the carnivore diet, he suggests that you eat till you're content, you eat till you feel good, you eat till you're full. And again, I understand I just did a 39-hour fast, so probably hungrier than normal. But right now, I'm actually feeling like really good. I'll give you guys an update maybe half an hour or so, or when I figure out how many calories were in this food. And I'm also eyeing down a couple ribeye steaks that I got over there, or New York strip loin steaks. I'm still trying to learn all the different cuts of meat and how to cook them properly, but I'm eyeing them down. And I thought I was gonna whip them up in the next half an hour or so, but again, I'm actually feeling quite content right now. So I'll just keep you guys updated and let you know how I'm feeling. Alright, so I quickly did some math here. For about 6 strips of bacon, that's about 270 calories, 21 grams of fat, and 18 grams of protein. For 7 eggs, we have 490 calories, 35 grams of fat, 7 grams of carbs, and 42 grams of protein, for a total of 760 calories, 56 grams of fat, 7 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of protein. Now that's not counting that little bit of pork I had there as well too. So I'd say that's like 2 strips of bacon. So with that meal, I'm gonna say we were over 800, maybe 850 calories for that meal. And definitely didn't feel like it because I feel honestly great right now. It's 1:26 and I'm feeling good. If you guys saw my vlog from the other day where I had 2 bagels that are like loaded up, like deli fresh bagels, and yeah, go check out my other vlog, or maybe I'll throw it on the screen here quick. But after that, like I had to hop on a Zoom call after it, and I was like getting tired. Like I was like yawning during that. So it's been about 20 minutes to half an hour or so since I've eaten, and still feeling good, feeling fine, feeling great. So I'm not gonna keep you guys extremely updated throughout this, but yeah, first meal after 39 hours fasted, only fat, only protein besides a little carbs in those eggs. Feeling fucking really good right now. Alright guys, so quick little update here. It is now 2:40, so about an hour and 40 minutes or so, or an hour and a half since I finished eating. I feel a little weird right now, like not in a bad way, like I feel a little antsy, like sitting on the computer and editing, I feel like I need to be doing something physically active. Like I actually feel like supercharged on energy right now. So I got some meat sitting there. I think I pulled it out a little bit early. I was just talking to Mike there, telling him I think I pulled it out a little too early. So I feel like I need to cook it, but I'm not even that hungry right now. Like I'm still very content from that first meal. I feel like I'm loaded with energy, that even like sitting still and just doing editing and computer work is like, I feel like I should be outside or doing something very physically active. So I might try to do a little workout in a little bit. We are gonna shoot videos with Matt at like 4:30, I believe. So I think I have like an hour or so to get some stuff done. Maybe I'll go downstairs and do some deadlifts. But yeah, I wanted to give a little update there. Definitely feeling like this is a weird feeling for me. I don't normally feel like this, especially after I break my fast. Again, I normally feel when I get carbs in my system a little like tired and exhausted and run down, where actually I feel like I have energy right now, like I'm supercharged. This is interesting for sure.
That's
before
true.
I played the right one. But I fixed it.
I played 2 different songs, except for the song that we were playing. But you know what, Nick? That's okay, because I was in, my E string was tuned down the whole fucking.
Oh, buddy.
All right, guys, I got 2 New York strip loin steaks there. Just had a few pieces. It's so delicious. I'm honestly still not even that hungry from the meal today, from that first meal that broke my fast after 39 hours. And I just wanted to cook those up because they've been sitting out for a while, and you know, I thought I was gonna be a lot hungrier than this earlier in the day. Now, just having a little bit on my tongue there, man, I'm gonna slam as much as I can right now. I'm not gonna try to stuff myself, but I'm still feeling very content from earlier. I just did a bunch of deadlifts. What else did I do down there? I did a bunch of bicep curls with the barbell, did a few shoulder presses with no weight on the barbell, but still feeling like really good. My energy levels feel great right now. This is honestly very different than my typical days where I normally eat, as I mentioned, like a well-balanced diet, or well-balanced meal, especially after I break my fast. So I'm gonna eat a little bit of this now, but keep in mind that I can save some for later, and I don't know if I'm gonna reheat it or not. We'll see what happens. We'll see how much I eat right now. But again, I don't wanna stuff myself, but still feeling very content from earlier. And my energy levels are on point right now, especially after a nice little workout there. So feeling great, you know, day 1, and I'm already loving this diet. Wow. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned it here, but I did mention on Instagram. If you guys know me, if you guys have been following along my journey, I don't play things up. I don't try to use words that I don't think truly describe how I feel. So when I was talking earlier about feeling supercharged with energy, I truly felt like on another level, and I still feel like on another level here. I feel like this isn't normal for me right now, and it feels really good. If you guys go back through my other videos, I did have to pull a bunch down, but the magical mushroom videos, like, I'm just trying to openly and honestly share my experience. Some days it was strong and intense feeling, other days it wasn't so intense, and I feel like it would ruin my legitimacy as a human experiment here in the world. You would question anything I do or have done in the past if you believe I'm lying here or trying to play things up. So as a human experiment, as the Hungarian experiment, I don't try to play things up. So when I honestly say right now that I feel really good, I feel really on point, I feel like I'm chock full of energy right now, like I'm supercharged, I'm just speaking openly and honestly. Like, I don't have anything to gain here from trying to, no one's sourcing me with meat. I'm having to pay for this myself. The Jazzercise experiments that we've done and that we're still tracking, I see a change in Shahir's face. Now, it's hard to see if there's a change in my face. Mike had to take a little break. If you guys watch back to the Jazzercise experiment, I'll try to throw in the description box below here. But I don't try to play things up. I try to analyze everything. as legit as I can and try to be truthful and open and honest. So guys, hope you trust what I'm saying. If not, I really don't care. It's not gonna change my life at all, but wow, I feel great right now. So gonna slam some of this steak here and yeah, keep taking you guys through my day one of carnivore experiments.
So I ate basically one there and I'm feeling quite content, so I'm just gonna let this sit out for a little bit and come back to it in a while. It is now 4:09.
All right guys, we're about to shoot some videos with Matt here, so I got to, we need this camera for a couple different angles, so won't be able to show you guys too much, but yeah, time for a video shoot. All right, just transferring content off the SD cards there, and let's show you guys my hard drive here, or one of my many hard drives, just so you guys can see how much we're actually creating content. So again, we're in quarantine right now, but here's May. Normally we're doing stuff like daily, but you know, some of that's my stuff, of course, like last week of eating carnivore, last day, but we got Matt intros, Shahir Jazzercise, carnivore day 1. And if you look back to like, I already cleared off a bunch of January because we already like processed and created a bunch of those, but like there's February and all the content we created over February and April. But this is all just the raw stuff. So then we also have like created content. I've shown you guys in another vlog, like I have a hard drive over there that's hiding right now. You can't see it behind the plant, but there's like 5 years worth of content, and it gets pretty intense over time. You gotta be very methodical on how you're tracking everything, making sure you're backing everything up. But here's just some of the content we've created this year alone. So we pump out a lot of content from that little couch over there. All right, what is going on, guys? 7:43, time for a little update. Just came back from my walk, had a nice little shower there, and had my first bowel movement on the carnivore diet. So we're gonna talk about poop right now. If this weirds you out or bugs you, maybe skip ahead a minute or so. But yeah, I just had my first bowel movement. Now I've read, you know, sometimes some people don't have their first bowel movement for 4 or 5, maybe 6 or 7 days when transitioning to the carnivore diet. Now I did come off a 39-hour fast, and I was eating carbs and, you know, a balanced diet before, but it was kind of just like straight watery poop. So, but it came out really quick. So normally after a cheat day or after eating kind of shitty food, like after the McDonald's, I wouldn't say I had like diarrhea, but it was like, you know what I mean, compared to like a normal bowel movement. But this, and I find on those days, like after cheat days, it's a little rougher. Like you're on the toilet for a few minutes. This was like done. So that was very interesting. I want to keep you guys updated on all these kind of factors. Right now I am feeling a little run down and tired and depleted. I definitely don't have the kind of energy levels I had earlier after my first meal there, but I did just go for a nice long hike. I understand I'm carb depleted right now, and my body's not used to that. So it's around this time that I'm normally having like those peanut butter wraps and carbs and fruits and stuff. So I think this is my body just reacting to this. Again, I'm not going to try to claim anything. I'm just here to share my experiences with this. But yeah, that's how things are going. Have my first bowel movement on the carnivore diet, and everything's good. We're about to set up for a nice little Zoom call here where we're gonna watch Impact Theory with the clique, with the whole team. And after that, we do that for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So that'll pretty much be the rest of the day. And yeah. Besides that, like on my walk, I was feeling content, not stuffed, but I could definitely like, I felt a light pressure down here. So it was, I felt full, but like not like stuffed full. So that was interesting as well too. But enjoying this diet so far, everything's going great. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching the first day of the carnivore diet. I'm gonna take you guys through a little bit more of the day and what's going on here. I don't think I'm gonna eat anything else because honestly, I'm quite content from those 2 steaks, the 7 eggs, and 6 strips of bacon or so, plus the little bit of pork that I had. Still not 100% sure what I'm gonna eat tomorrow. Do I mimic what I ate today? Am I gonna mix it up and have some chicken? I bought some chicken because I thought like, I bought like where it's the thigh and drumstick, so like the whole kind of leggy kind of deal.
and I thought I was gonna need that today. I thought I was gonna have to cook up 2 of those today and have those after the steaks. But honestly, I'm feeling quite content now, feeling really good, besides just feeling like a little low on energy levels right now. But oh, and I forgot to mention here, so almost wrapped up that podcast with Paul Saladino. And what I find is that, you know, and I'm excited to get into his book, The Carnivore Code, but there is some contrasting beliefs here in regards to the carnivore diet between Sean Baker and Paul Saladino. So Sean Baker's basically stating in his book that, like, you can just eat kind of meat. It doesn't matter. You don't really need to eat organ meat unless you believe so. Paul Saladino brought up a great factor about calcium, and if you're not getting like any kind of dairy in your diet, which I'm personally trying to avoid. I cut out dairy a long time ago, besides like cheat days. You guys probably saw it on like my my Great Canadian Bagel orders. That's the only time I really allowed cheese into my diet, just because I'd have to leave a special note about not putting cheese, and I was enjoying it there for the last little bit, and it wasn't really affecting me negatively. But about 7-8 years ago now, like right around the time I started doing intermittent fasting, I really started to cut dairy out of my diet, and I noticed quite a big difference in regards to my bowel movements, my energy levels, my mood, and a lot of stuff like that. So one thing that he suggested is bone broth. Now you got to make sure it's like good, healthy bone broth. I do know that, and so like bone marrow basically. Now I do know from Western meats that my mom normally gets these like big things for the dogs, and the dogs haven't been doing too well with eating those. They just kind of have runny diarrhea poop, and I think it's just because she's not adjusting their diets enough to accept that. She's just doing it as a treat every once in a while, and that's why it's kind of a problem. But I'm questioning now for bone broth. I think I need bone broth? How often do I have to have it? Is it once a week? 3 times a week? I really got to figure this out, and how much of it I need. Do I cook, like, do I make it myself? Because he said you want to do it for like 12 hours almost. So we could definitely get it done here in the kitchen, and I don't think it would be a problem. But we do, all the guys are cooking at different times during the day. Like Mike's here cooking, Shahir's here cooking, Matt's cooking. So I think having something on the stove for 12 hours once a week might be a problem just with some of the other guys. So do I just source it? Where do I get it? How do I get it? So these are all questions that are on my mind after that podcast. So basically, calcium. How am I getting calcium in my diet? That's something I definitely did not consider, and Sean Baker didn't really bring up in the book. I'm gonna have to double check again if he mentioned that in the carnivore diet book. But yeah, again, if I really wanted to, I guess I could implement cheese into my diet, like make some burgerless buns, or bunless burgers, sorry, and then have cheese on top of those, like lamb burgers, or I could make my own ground beef burgers. The only problem is when I find when you get burgers that they have other stuff in it. They got a lot of seasoning, or they got like use breadcrumbs to make it all kind of stick together, or use seed oils and stuff. So I think I'd have to make them myself. But then how do I avoid a lot of this stuff? And I guess I could just throw cheese on anything and really do that. So I think I'm gonna be reintroducing cheese into my diet and seeing how that goes. We'll see. Stay tuned, world.
Like unique personal challenge, it seems like this month. Like Peter's got like the carnivore diet. Bunch of the team members are working out hard and stuff like that. Everyone just seems to be leveling up, so I thought it'd be a good talk.
Cool. Is this like classic Tim Ferriss or recent Tim Ferriss?
Yeah.
What is going on?
2017 Tim Ferriss.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today we're watching Tim Ferriss on Super Learning and Pushing the Limits. Nice of you to join us, Michael.
Oh, he came.
With the stash. Have you been doing jazzercise daily?
Nah.
It might be the dumbest thing that's going on today. Yeah, slap fighting? Yeah, they just stand. You know what it is? No. Oh, is that when the two guys? It looks like they're gonna arm wrestle. They just stand in front of each other and they let each other slap each other in the face.
All right, guys, it's 9:50. I'm calling it a night. First day of carnivore. I feel like that was a success. I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. Besides the little poop situation, everything was great. So Let's see what happens on day 2. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you got value, if you enjoyed it, anything that you thought you took away from this, I'd love if you go smash that like button. And of course, leave me a comment. I want to know what you guys think. Are you going to attempt the carnivore diet? What do you think of my 100-day experiment? Go let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I am the Hungarian Experiment.
I am the Hungarian Experiment.